Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers suggest Kristina Corinthos Davis Kate Mansi has long been the wild card in the Davis and Corinthos families, but her past misdeeds could soon come back to haunt her and her mother, Alexis Davis Nancy Lee Gran. If Kristina admits to cutting Rick Lansing's Rick Hurst brake lines and nearly killing him and Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, the fallout will be seismic. Alexis has already been torn over how to handle her daughter's troubled past, and now the stakes are higher than ever. While Alexis has been considering having Kristina committed to an asylum to protect her from criminal charges, her daughter's confession could lead to even greater consequences. The repercussions for Alexis and her family may be far-reaching, particularly if Kristina's actions come to light in a way that shatters the fragile bonds that hold them together. Kristina has long carried the weight of her destructive choices, but she's never fully come clean about the extent of her actions, especially the incident involving Rick's brakes. As the truth looms over her, the guilt could push Kristina to finally come forward and confess. However, the reality of what her admission could cost her is daunting. A confession would not only bring criminal charges but could also destroy her relationship with her mother, who has already been walking on eggshells with her daughter's increasingly erratic behavior. Further, Kristina could lose her relationship with her sister, Molly Lansing Davis Kristen Baganos, for good. Will Kristina's attempt to unburden herself ultimately bring more harm than healing, especially to the family that's already been fractured by her previous mistakes? Alexis has struggled with how to handle Kristina's erratic behavior in the past, often shielding her from the consequences of her actions. But this latest revelation could push Alexis to the brink. She's been debating whether to have Kristina committed just to protect her from criminal prosecution, but this course of action comes with its own complications. If Kristina confesses, Alexis could find herself in an even deeper moral quagmire, torn between protecting her daughter and facing the reality of what Kristina did. The impact on Alexis's career and reputation would be unavoidable, but what about her own mental state? Alexis has already faced her own demons and struggles with guilt and self-sabotage, and Kristina's confession might be the tipping point that causes her to spiral even further. The biggest casualty of Kristina's potential confession might be the relationship between Alexis and her youngest daughter, Molly. Molly has always looked up to her mother, and their bond has been one of the few constants in her life. But if Molly finds out what Alexis was willing to do to cover up Kristina's crime, she may no longer see her mother in the same light. The idea that Alexis was willing to commit Kristina to an asylum rather than let her face the legal consequences could be the final straw for Molly. If she feels betrayed by her mother's actions and her failure to be transparent, it could permanently fracture their relationship, leaving Alexis to face not only the repercussions of Kristina's actions but the emotional fallout with her two remaining daughters. With tensions running high and secrets on the verge of being exposed, the Davis girls are on the edge of a breaking point. Kristina's confession could change everything, and Alexis may soon find herself having to face the consequences of both her daughter's crimes and her own decisions. Port Charles is no stranger to secrets, lies, and the fallout they create. But Kristina Corinthos Davis is about to drop a bombshell that will rock her family to the core, especially her mother, Alexis. General Hospital spoilers tease that Kristina's emotional confession is coming soon, and it will not only shift the dynamic between mother and daughter, but send shockwaves through several families in Port Charles. Buckle up, GH fans. This isn't just a moment. It's the beginning of a storm. Kristina's buried truth, guilt, grief, and growing tensions. For months, Kristina has been carrying something deep inside, a secret she swore she'd never tell. While she's been keeping busy with her youth shelter project and trying to be a supportive sister to Molly and Sam, fans have noticed the tension building. Her smiles have seemed a little too forced, her frustration simmering just below the surface. And now, the dam is about to break. Spoilers hint that Kristina will finally sit down with Alexis and open up about something that happened months ago, something involving her own feelings of guilt, resentment, and a decision that could have dangerous legal and emotional consequences. Heart. The confession. It's connected to her past involvement with Dawn of Day, the cult that nearly destroyed her life. While Kristina managed to break free from Shiloh's manipulations, she never fully came clean about what she did, or was coerced to do, while under the group's influence. And one of those actions may have directly impacted Alexis in a way neither of them realized, until now. The Shiloh factor. A dangerous deal comes to light. Longtime viewers will remember how Shiloh manipulated Kristina and pushed her into giving up a deeply personal pledge as blackmail to keep her loyalty. That pledge, hidden for years, may now resurface. Spoilers suggest Kristina's confession will involve the contents of that pledge, an admission about something Alexis did in her past that Kristina falsely confessed to in order to gain Shiloh's trust. The problem: that false confession was recorded, and Kristina may have recently learned it didn't vanish with Shiloh's death. It seems someone in Port Charles, possibly Harmony's old contacts or even a new villain from the shadows, has gotten their hands on the recording and is using it to blackmail Kristina. Fearing it could ruin Alexis's reputation or even implicate her in a past crime, Kristina decides to come clean. Her confession: she claimed Alexis committed a felony years ago, something Alexis has no idea about, and now that false confession is in the hands of someone dangerous. Alexis's career on the line. Alexis has worked hard to rebuild her reputation after being disbarred for ethical violations. Now back in good standing and considering a run at a major judicial position, the last thing she needs is a fabricated confession surfacing from the depths of a cult's archive. When Kristina tells her what she did, Alexis is stunned, not just by the revelation itself, but by the idea that her daughter was willing to lie about her mother's criminality just to feel accepted. It's a devastating blow on multiple levels. Alexis's future hangs in the balance. If the confession becomes public, her reinstated law license could be revoked. Worse yet, it could undo the fragile progress she's made with Molly and Sam, and cast doubt on everything she stands for. Expect fireworks in the confrontation. Kristina, raw and vulnerable, will break down as she admits, "I just wanted them to accept me. I didn't think it would ever matter. But now it does." Alexis, though hurt, will be torn between anger and compassion. She knows the grip Shiloh had on Kristina's psyche, and part of her blames herself for not getting her daughter out sooner. But even as she tries to forgive Kristina, the damage may already be done. A fractured Davis family. The fallout doesn't stop with Alexis. This confession will ripple through the Davis family in unexpected ways. Molly, who is already dealing with her own drama regarding surrogate complications and co-parenting tensions with TJ and Kristina, will be furious. To her, this is just another example of Kristina's recklessness affecting the family. She accuses Kristina of always acting out and putting herself first. "You always say you're doing things for the family, but somehow we're always the ones cleaning up your mess," Molly snaps, creating a wedge that could threaten their already strained sisterhood. Sam, meanwhile, plays peacemaker, but even she has her limits. Sam's protective instincts toward Alexis clash with her desire to support Kristina. She may urge Kristina to go public first, to take control of the narrative before their enemies do. But that could cost Alexis everything. The three sisters, once tight-knit, are suddenly navigating treacherous territory. And this time, there's no clear right answer. Enter Sunny, and trouble. When Sunny learns that Kristina is being blackmailed and that Alexis is a potential target, he won't sit back and let his daughter twist in the wind. Despite Alexis's discomfort with Sunny's methods, she may not have a choice but to accept his help this time. Sunny will reach into his connections to trace the source of the blackmail and issue a warning to whoever is behind it: back off, or face consequences. But this could come at a cost. If Sunny's involvement becomes public, it might taint Alexis's chances of ascending the judicial ladder, painting her as aligned with a known mob boss. Still, Sunny isn't about to let Kristina be destroyed for a mistake made under duress. This might be one of the rare times the entire Corinthos Davis clan needs him, and he won't hesitate to act. Is Esme connected? Here's where things could take a turn. Spoilers suggest the blackmail angle might not be random, it could be part of a larger scheme involving someone with a vendetta against both Alexis and Kristina. Heart. Enter Esme Prince, or at least someone working in her name. Though presumed dead or missing, Esme's past with cults, manipulation, and secret recordings makes her a prime suspect. There's also speculation that someone from DOD's remnants, possibly someone like Daisy or even a newly introduced character, has resurfaced and is using the old pledge vault to wreak havoc. Either way, the threat is real, and Kristina's confession may only be the beginning of a larger plan to take down the Davis women, one by one. Redemption or ruin. As the story unfolds, Alexis will be faced with a harrowing decision. She could go public with the truth, risk everything, and try to get ahead of the scandal. Or she could quietly try to make the problem go away, possibly leaning on Sunny, or even Diane, for legal help behind the scenes. But Kristina, eager to make things right, might not want to stay silent. In a powerful moment of growth, she could decide to hold a press conference, reveal everything herself, and ask for forgiveness. If I want to be the person I say I am, the advocate, the sister, the daughter, I can't keep hiding, she tells her family. The question is, will Port Charles forgive her? And more importantly, will Alexis? What this means for the future. This storyline could mark a turning point for the Davis women. For too long, they've operated as individuals, each strong, but disconnected. Kristina's confession, while devastating, might ultimately be the thing that brings them back together, stronger than before. Or it could tear them apart permanently. Expect to see emotional confrontations, unexpected alliances, and perhaps even a courtroom showdown as Alexis fights to protect her name, and Kristina takes her first real steps toward accountability. Whatever happens, one thing is clear. General Hospital is about to shake things up, and the Davis family will never be the same again. Thanks for watching this video and please subscribe our GH News 24 YouTube channel for more update news.